ELI 5. What is Freemasonry and what are Freemasons? Dudes getting drunk and doing charitable work is a good simplified explanation, but I will try to provide a more detailed one without getting too into the weeds. Freemasonry is a fraternal organization, or more accurately, a family of related organizations. By fraternal organization, I'll use the definition in the Wikipedia article: an organized society of men associated together in an environment of companionship and brotherhood. Freemasonry is the oldest fraternal organization, and while they are all separate organizations, it set the template for college fraternities and sororities, but also other groups like the Knights of Columbus, Oddfellows, etc. What most people think of is the group represented by the square and compass with a G in the middle, that you might recognize from the big boards displayed on the way into many towns that include logos for other groups in the community like the Kiwanis Club, Rotary, etc. A local chapter of Freemasons is called a Blue Lodge. Once a member has completed the 3 main ceremonies and become a Master Mason, they are eligible to join other groups in the Masonic family, mainly the Scottish Rite, York Rite, or Shriners, but there are many other more obscure ones. There are also Masonic organizations specifically for women like the Order of the Eastern Star, and youth organizations like the Order of Demolay for boys and Rainbow Girls and Job's Daughters for girls. It's Shriners specifically that most people are thinking of when they say drunk dudes doing charity. They are the fun cousin in the Masonic family, and many people only join a Blue Lodge to then become a Shriner. They are known for wearing the red fez hats, running circuses, and for having different units that participate in parades with the tiny cars and the like. They support the Shriners Hospitals for Children, a network of free pediatric hospitals that specialize in burn treatment, spinal and neurological conditions, and more. Some will call it a secret society, which isn't correct. You can look up your local chapter in the phone book/Google and see who the officers are on a chapter website. It's a club that has some secrets, an initiation ceremony and a handshake plus password to identify other members. The symbols of Freemasonry are taken from historical guilds of actual stonemasons. So modern Masons aren't actual stoneworkers, but use the symbols to impart wisdom and morality through the ritual. Many of the founding fathers, including George Washington, were Freemasons, and the morality and ideals taught in Freemasonry and the Enlightenment in general, things like liberty, fraternity, and equality, helped inspire their vision for the new country. There have historically been some issues raised with Freemasonry as well, leading to many misconceptions and conspiracy theories. Most religious groups take issue with their adherents taking solemn vows in secret ceremonies outside the faith, which I understand, but because they aren't members they don't know that the vow is basically, be a good person and don't tell anyone our secret password, and is made while holding your hand on your choice of holy book. This leads to some religious folks distrusting Masonry as being pseudo-religious or even blasphemy. Catholicism has its own fraternal organization in the Knights of Columbus. Additionally, the first third party in American politics was the Anti-Masonic Party, which was formed in response to the disappearance and presumed murder of William Morgan in 1826, a public critic of Freemasonry who was allegedly killed by Masons for threatening to reveal their secrets. At the time, Freemasonry was much more prevalent and most important figures in a community were likely to be members, so there was certainly some amount of nepotism from folks in positions of power favoring their fraternity brothers over non-members. Today Freemasonry is much smaller, and while some high-profile politicians and others are members, it is nowhere near as ubiquitous as it was a century ago, and it certainly isn't the nexus of the global cabal that secretly controls the world like some think. Hopefully this isn't too much info for ELI 5. There is just too much interesting history to stop at secret drunk man charity, even if that tells you most of what you need to know to understand what the people in the silly hats in your community are doing.